It's your boy, the Big Potato from Versace Boy ENT. I'm here with Mr. DTP.
Yes, sir. Big DTP in the building.
We both be out here watching these youngins at these hoop events, wanted to discuss who our top players are in Georgia, starting off with the class of 2025.
We did OTE players, but only the ones that played in Georgia previously.
Homegrown boys.
Right, facts.
We're gonna give our top 5. Let's start off with number 5. I'm gonna let Mr. DTP go first.
Before I get into that, I usually don't do rankings, but the Versace Boy exception. But coming in at number 5, class of 2025, Georgia players. Tyler Jordan made the transfer over to Wheeler. Wheeler's looking crazy this year. He's a big wing, you know what I'm saying? He's the biggest player they have. He's gonna be playing the center position for Wheeler. He's gonna provide a presence inside. He can shoot the cover off the ball. I think that's probably his strongest suit. I just really hope to see him make that leap this year. You know, becoming a dog, becoming like a big presence.
Big Potato. Coming in at number 5, I gotta go with Zach Blashoy out of Pope High School. 6'5", lefty point guard. He got that unorthodox game to him. Amazing passer for show. One of the best in Georgia. He also gets downhill very well. Does a great job of keeping his teammates involved. And I love that out of my point guard. And people would be surprised what his hops will do. He'll catch a body out there if you sleep on it. So I gotta go with Zach at number 5. It was between him and Marcus Gillespie for number 5 for me. One of the best bucket getters in Georgia.
Nah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
We gave our 5. Let's move it on to 4 then. So for me at 4, Jacob Wilkins. For Grayson, Dominique Wilkins, one of his sons, high flyer, arguably the best dunker in high school right now. He won state last year with Grayson. They're looking to repeat. Their biggest competition gonna be Wheeler, if I had to take a guess. His potential is really through the roof. The athleticism is NBA level, and the jump shot, you can see it developing, and he's a good passer too. So once he really puts it all together, he can be a very special talent.
Number 4, I have a special talent. He transitioned over to OTE, transitioned away from the public high school scene. Kai Fleming. Akai, he's a great shooter, gets to his spots. He plays with poise. He really led that Atlanta Celtics team. He was the leader, in my opinion, on that team. He showed out when Adidas went over to Italy. He was the guy. You know, Adidas was marketing him. He was the lead in all the videos. Akai was that guy. He really put them on the map. And I feel like that's when OT was like, we need this guy. You know what I'm saying? We need this guy down in Atlantic Station, sell some tickets. Shout out to Kai Fleming. I got him at number 4.
You know a thing or two, buddy, because my number 3 is Akai Fleming.
I expect.
Man, that is a bucket getter, surgical with it for real. Great fundamentals. He can get to his spots at will. A great game to watch if you just love watching basketball. It's so pure. He's also developing as a playmaker. You can see him adding that to his game. I got the pleasure to interview Kai twice. He's such a very humble, just nice young man. But also, I interviewed him twice because I seen him play and showed out both times. He was the best player on the court at the underclassmen All-American game, which is full of top players. And he was the best player when I watched him play for Osborne before he made the move to OTE. So Mr. DTP, we moving towards your top 3. Who you got at 3rd?
Flip-flop, I got Jacob Wilkins at number 3. He really stood out at top 100 camp. He was knocking down shots. He was catching lobs. You knew he was there. You knew he was that guy. And then led his team to a state championship. You know what I'm saying? Over, potentially number 2 draft pick in next year's NBA draft. He's showtime.
Okay. So let's stick with your list, Mr. DTP. Who you got at 2? Not the 1, but the 2.
Not the 1, but the 2. I got BT, Bryson Tiller. He's a pro. Has the body, has the build, has the perfect form on the jump shot. Bryson Tiller is one player I've seen. I'm like, that's a perfect jump shot. It's pure. I got BT at 2. Been in the OTE system. He's been lifting weights. He's stronger. Just has that edge over you. There's not really a lot of flaws on this game. He can defend 1 through 5. He can play 1 through 5. He can score from all 3 levels, man. So I got Bryson Tiller as number 2 player.
Your boy, the Big Potatoes, number 2. I'm going to go with Josiah Parker, who now plays for the Blue Checks on OTE, but he's out of Lee County. Josiah is a very versatile player. 6'7", great passer, nice shooter. Let him catch it in rhythm. He gonna knock it down. A nice developing post-up game. He definitely trying to work you down low with them post moves, whether that's trying to score or also find his teammate out of the post. Like I said, he's a great passer, and he'll put on a show for the fans. This is one of the top showmen in Georgia. He's really probably just scratching the surface of what he could be. Now that his confidence keeps going up, you over here at OTE, you competing with the best of the best. You know what I'm saying? You feeling good about yourself. Man, Josiah got a whole nother level to unlock. Mr.
Yes, sir.
DTP, who's your top class of 2025 Georgia senior?
C-Dubski. Caleb Wilson, man, College Park's finest. Made waves, stayed down, stay humble, stay hungry. Now he's getting the fruits of his labor. I think Caleb has the potential to go down as one of the best players in Georgia basketball history to touch the NBA. So that includes Jabari Smith, Anthony Edwards, Josh Smith,
Dwight Howard.
There's not a lot of weaknesses to his game. He can pass, he can defend, he has the size. He's a unicorn.
I'd have to agree with you as far as Caleb Wilson being my number one, because like you said, I want to hit on that word, a unicorn. Pass, defend, elite shot blocker, nice face-up game, handles. He's checking every box it takes to be a unicorn. 6'10". I love your take, honestly, about how he could end up being one of the best players we ever seen come out of Georgia, because the potential is definitely there. He's the best player in Georgia right now. Yeah, based off of potential and production. 5 through 1.
Okay, so number 5, Tyler Jordan out of Wheeler. Akai Fleming, OT, plays for the Cold Hearts. And number 4. 3, Jacob Wilkins from Grayson, Georgia. 2, we have Bryson Tiller from OTE. Probably the player that's been there the longest now. Caleb Wilson, number 1 from Holy Innocents.
My top 5 seniors in Georgia. Number 5, Zach Blashoy out of Pope High School. 4, Jacob Wilkins out of Grayson. High flyer, so much potential to be unlocked in his game. 3, Akai Fleming, surgical with it. Josiah Parker, OTE, blue checks. If it wasn't for Caleb Wilson, Josiah would be the most versatile player in Georgia, in my opinion, for the senior class. And at number 1, Caleb Wilson, the unicorn. My honorable mention was Marcus Gillespie. Who'd your honorable mention be?
Josiah Parker. So OT snagged up so many homegrown talent this year. It's absolutely insane.
A lot of talented players that couldn't make the list because Georgia's filled with talent, man.
Nah, very true.
Yes, sir, bro. We appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Sir, we're going to have to come back for another.
Get your hands off my Versace.